So, how can you do this problem in 30 seconds or less? A cube has an edge length of 68 inches. A solid sphere with a radius of 34 inches is inside the cube. To the nearest cubic inch, what's the volume of the space in the cube not taken out by the sphere? So it's 4/3 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 34 to the power of 3 minus 68 to the power of 3. And the answer is A. How was I able to do this problem so fast? I didn't have time to write out the formula, so I just essentially put everything straight into the calculator. But let me now write it out. So we do have a cube, and the edge length is 68 inches. So here's a cube like that. Now each edge, each side of the cube, therefore, is just 68. So this is 68, this is 68, this is 68. Therefore, the cube, the volume of this cube is 68 cube. 68 to the third power. This is just length times width times height. Okay, cool. Now, in order for us to find the sphere looks like this somehow. Of course, I'm not going to be able to draw it correctly, but it's like the sphere like that, like this, right? So it's a sphere. This image is not exactly accurate. But the interesting thing about the sphere is that the radius is 34, and here we also have 34. So the total diameter is 68. So therefore, the radii, or diameters rather, of the sphere do touch the edges, the sides of the cube. Now, what is the volume of the sphere? The volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube, or 4/3 pi times the r is 34, so 34 cubed. R is the radius. Now, the volumes and areas are additive, therefore you can just subtract from one from another. So if we need to find the empty space, this like purple, right in between the sphere and the cube, all we have to do, right, so it's going to be like this, right, all we have to do is just subtract the volume of the cube minus the volume of the sphere. So volume of the cube is 68 cube minus 4/3. If you're using TI-84 Desmos, you can just go pi, I'll go 3.14, and then times 34 cubed. Now, what I did on the calculator to make it easier, I first things first calculated this, and then I subtracted the 68 cubed. So I went 4/3 times 3.14 times 34 cubed minus 68 cubed, because I don't have a graphic calculator, I just have a normal scientific, basic scientific calculator. It's just going to be easier that way. I will have a negative answer, I'll just have to negate my answer, and that's pretty much it. So on the calculator, we'll just type in 4 divided by 3 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 34 to the power of 3, and then we'll have to subtract 68 to the power of 3 from that. We're going to get negative 149,879. Of course, I used 3.14. I didn't use the exact pi. So the closest, and I'm negating it, so it's 149,879. The closest answer to this is A, which is the answer. That's it.